Hello and welcome back to FC26 Spin the Wheel edition, brought to you by myself, Bevchenko. And today is transfer deadline day. We haven't got much money because we've bought 3 players on the day transfer deadline opened on the 1st of January. But we've received some offers. First up, Taiwo Awoniyi. No longer gets in first team game, but still a useful squad member. However, do we have to sell him to West Ham for a measly £5 million? Taiwo Awoniyi, will you be going to East London? The wheel says yes. See you later, Taiwo. So we can accept that offer now. So obviously, with the loss of Murillo to Chelsea the other day during the transfer window, we have to look to bring in a centre-back, and I've found one. It's not too exciting, but it'll do a job. To keep this as a realistic transfer, we are going to look to bring Moussa Niakhaté back to the City ground. Left-footed centre-back he'll do an excellent job there, and actually used to play there alongside Murillo, so I'm really happy to try and bring him in. Surely we can get a deal done. So Lyon want $9 million for the centre-back. We can buy him, obviously, with the sale of Murillo. I forgot we've actually got quite a lot of money again now. And obviously, Romani leaving the club. So we've actually got 81 million. But we will buy Moussa Niakhaté for £9 million. Given we have to spend all our money as well, because none of it's going to get rolled over according to the board, I'm going to look to bring Jed Spence back to the club. So interestingly, I put in a £20 million bid. However, they've come back with their own counter-offer, which includes Dan and Doy. So we've never been in this situation before. But given we have received a bid here for Dan and Doy, we're going to have to spin the wheel. I don't even know what's going to happen here. Dan and Doy, can you be included in this transfer deal for Jed Spence? The wheel says no, you can't. So we can remove him. Probably going to have to offer a lot more money now. But we've saved Dan and Doy for the remainder of the season, which is great news. So £25 million deal has been accepted for Jed Spence. I'm also not too happy with Barış Yilmaz since he came into the squad, to be honest. He gives the ball away too much. I know he's highly rated in this game, but he just does not work for me. So I think we'll look to bring in Malik Fofana, which is a realistic transfer. Forest wanted him in the summer, but didn't end up bringing him in. So hopefully we can bring him in now. Got plenty of pace and good at dribbling, much like Dan and Doy. That's how we play. We're going to go straight in with £40 million. No messing about. Job done. See you later. So Moussa Niakhaté signs for the club for £9 million. Great deal. And we'll be straight into that starting lineup. And we have agreed terms with Malik Fofana, who joins for a big £40 million, but should become an integral part of this team. He'll be straight in for Barış Yilmaz, who's obviously going to cause a few issues. And we have agreed terms with Jed Spence, who returns to the club after taking Nottingham Forest to Wembley, to the playoff final, and bringing them back to the Premier League after an absence of 23 years. Very happy to bring Jed back to the club. He'll be playing in a rotation system with Nico Williams and Ola Aina. All 3 can play in each other's positions. Very happy to bring him back to the club. So with clock ticking down, transfer deadline day, there's confirmation of Taiwo Awoniyi leaving the club for West Ham for £5.1 million as per the wheel. 9 hours remain. So with 3 hours remaining on the transfer deadline day, we have received an offer from Matt Sells. Obviously, we managed to reject those earlier on in the season, so we can fortunately reject this one again. And 3 hours remain. With 2 hours remaining, we have received an offer for Morato, who's just been pushed out of the first team with the signing of Moussa Niakhaté. If we lose him to Al Ittihad, it's not going to be great for our coverage. We will be left with a 60 rated Josh Abbott. And I haven't even got another centre-back lined up on the shortlist, so we'll have to just run with it. However, let's leave it to the wheel to decide. Morato, will you be leaving for the Middle East for £11.2 million? And the answer is yes. So enjoy your massive wage increase And no doubt, first team football. You've been great for the couple of games you've played for us. All the best. So we'll accept £11.2 million for Moretto. And now, 2 hours remain. With 1 hour to go, we've received an offer from Chelsea, who has taken Murillo and Chris Wood offers so far this year. However, we managed to stave off the wheel for Callum Hudson-Odoi in pre-season when AS Roma came knocking. So fortunately, we can reject this offer. It's not third time. Well, it's third time lucky for us against Chelsea. 1 hour to go. So that is the end of the transfer window. We managed to bring in Moussa Niakate, Jed Spence and Malik Fofana. And we only managed to lose Taiwo Awoniyi. So we have strengthened. So I'm quite happy with that. We also lost Moretto, I believe. I think it went through in time. Which leaves us with Josh Abbott as our backup centre-back. So fortunately, the bringing in of Moussa Niakate has really, really helped us. We've got time for a game, though. We've got time for Nottingham Forest in 5th versus Crystal Palace. And the new players will be starting. So Malik Fofana makes his debut for the club alongside the return of Moussa Niakate in the heart of defence. There's no place in the starting lineup for Jed Spence, but he manages to get on the bench. And Igor Jesus has dispossessed Crystal Palace early on here. And Ndicka picks up the ball. Ndicka. Doucouré. Doucouré just dancing along with it. No urgency from Crystal Palace. Given their lowly league position, you think they'd try and make the most of it. Lovely ball over the top from Fofana. Ndicka cleans up. Darius Henderson to Lacroix. Darius Henderson, or Dean Henderson, sorry. Darius Henderson was a striker for Millwall back in the early 2000s. Dean Henderson was a former Forest loanee during their turbulent return to the Premier League. It was absolutely brilliant for them, in fact. Gibbs White picks up the ball. Igor Jesus looking for some help. He can't really get it. Morgan Gibbs White splits the defence though, and now's half a chance. Should score. Taken off his foot at the last second. Excellent defending. Kamada brings it out to Doucouré, who's once again not... No, he's not messing about with the ball anymore. He played it out quickly. SA to Munoz. Dangerous threat down this right-hand side with Palace. Nico Williams gets dispossessed there with some tricky freak by Munoz, which puts SA through. Doucouré to Eddie Nketiah, rather. Dan Ndoi trying to get out quickly. Looking for a ball over the top to Morgan Gibbs White. Lerner manages to clear it quite easily, to be honest. That's confirmation of Malik Fofana's league debut for the club. Morgan Gibbs White passes it to the man himself. Lovely through ball to Igor Jesus. Oh! Unbelievable save. It somehow went out for a corner. Looked like he just saved it across his own goal. And Haraslin brings this out. Elliot Anderson chasing, as is Ola Aina. Dan Ndoi chasing Sosa. Douglas Luiz. Morgan Gibbs White. Igor Jesus puts a lovely through ball to Dan Ndoi. There's no support. Tries to bring it in though. Henderson's all over the place. Igor Jesus with a looping header. Goes out for a goal kick though. Too much on that one. Wasn't sure where that header was going to end up. Looks a lot closer than it was. It should be an easy win for Dan Ndoi, but he gives it away to Doucouré. Fofana closing down Munoz. A lot of space down this right-hand side for for Crystal Palace, but Elliot Anderson picks up the ball. Gives it to Igor Jesus. He needs that help. He can't get it. Morgan Gibbs White is a bit too slow to get there at the moment. He needs to set off earlier. But Igor Jesus has just won the ball back here, and here's half a chance. Malik Fofana with a through ball. Gets blocked. In hindsight, should have cut it back rather than playing it across. Might get another chance here. Gibbs White picks up the ball to Igor Jesus, who passes the ball to Malik Fofana, who plays a through ball to Igor Jesus. Looking for some support. He hasn't got it. Malik Fofana was supposed to be the recipient of that ball, Kamada brings it away. Decore. He's done nothing but look like a crab this game. From side to side. Harassling to Decore. Great ball to Eddie Nketiah, who's now back on the ball again. And Moussa Niakate slow off the mark. And it's 1-0 Crystal Palace. Eddie Nketiah scores. Forest making an early change. Bringing on Evan Nilsson for Igor Jesus. I was at fault for Moussa Niakate on his debut. Igor Jesus is not happy getting substituted this early. But they're just not looking themselves at the moment at Forest. They just look slow, lethargic. Lovely ball through, but Evan Nilsson not quite quick enough to get there. Losing 1-0 at half-time at the City Ground. Don't lose many games in Nottingham Forest and don't concede many goals. Kick off the second half. No changes apart from the one in the 44th minute where Igor Jesus was unhappily substituted. Nico Williams looks to bring it inside. He gives away possession once more. Kamada on the ball. Loops it over the top. Malik Fofana is going to chase down Eze here. Blocks it with his face. Referee's giving handball, I think. Going to bring Jed Spence on for Nico Williams now as well. Free kick with Haralassin to Decore. Morgan Gibbs White chasing. Palace playing it back. Ndicka plays the ball to Eddie Nketiah. Decore to Haraslin. Won back by Ola Aina. Plays a nice little ball to Evan Nilsson. Plays it through to Dan Ndoye. Uses his pace to get round the left back. Sosa. Half chance. Morgan Gibbs White. Saved by Dean Henderson. Should have been 1-1. It was a great save. Ola Aina wins the header. Douglas Luiz on the ball. Lays it to Elliot Anderson. Gives it to Malik Fofana on his left. Has a shot. Outside of the foot. Saved by Dean Henderson. Ball goes straight to Eze. Picked up by Elliot Anderson. Tempo's gone up in this game. Morgan Gibbs White to Evan Nilsson. Looks to come round. Gets picked off and Lerner brings it forward to Kamada. Eze to Eddie Nketiah. He's holding the ball up really well today. Decore and Eddie Nketiah have played really well together. And here's another chance. Goes out for a goal kick. Should have done better. 30 to play. Moussa Niakate obviously at fault for that first goal for Nottingham Forest. It's a poor ball by Morgan Gibbs White. Ndicka picks it up. Again, absolutely nedicked right now. Kamada under serious pressure. Sosa. I don't know if that's Ramon Sosa. Kamada back to Decore. Can't get hold of the ball, Forest, in this midfield. Elliot Anderson. Jed Spence wins the ball back. Puts a nice little ball to Elliot Anderson, who plays it to Malik Fofana, who needs to get a move on now. And he does. Uses his pace. Looks for a through ball to Evan Nilsson. It doesn't come off. Jed Spence out of position here, trying to win the ball back. Trying to make something happen. 20 minutes remain and Forest all to play for here. Morgan Gibbs White. That's a foul, referee. Get him booked. Terrible foul. And it's just a warning. Brennan Johnson coming on for Dan Ndoye. Can't believe they didn't get booked for that siving challenge. SA comes off of Pino as well. Shakuna finds himself in space. It's not the player you want on the edge of the box. Eddie Nketiah looking to cause some trouble. And they're getting some opportunities down here. Munoz beaten by Jed Spence to the ball there. Fofana plays it through to Evan Nilsson. Can we get a ball to Morgan Gibbs White? We can, but there's too many players on the edge of the box. And once again, resolute defending from Crystal Palace. I can't see Forest getting a goal here. Their next game is against Brighton. 10 minutes remain. Can Forest get a point? Because that's the best they can hope for at the moment. Evan Nilsson on a run. Ball's played through by Ola Aina and it's intercepted again. Forest just cannot get back past this back line at Crystal Palace, who continue to knock it around for fun in midfield. Forest midfield has been absolutely absent this game. You can see it cleans up, gives it to Morgan Gibbs-White, gives it to Evan Nilsson. There's no support. There's a ball over the top, though. To Niakate. I don't know what he's doing all the way up there. It's a great idea, though. Unfortunately, the ball didn't fall to him. Lacroix gives it to Decore. 1 minute remains, plus stoppage time. If Forest going to do anything, they need to get this ball now. Elliot Anderson slides in, doesn't win it. That was probably the chance to win the possession back. Jed Spence gets it, loses it. 1 minute's gone. It's going to be another defeat for Nottingham Forest here. Blocked by Moussa Niakate. And that should be it. Short corner. Playing the ball out. Goes for a goal kick to Max. Matt Sells holds it, actually. It didn't go out. But it's a defeat at the City Ground against Crystal Palace. 1-0. And that defeat against Crystal Palace leaves Nottingham Forest in 5th position. Still 3 points clear of Aston Villa in those Europa League positions. However, the chances of Champions League football is slipping away. 2 points separate them and Spurs. There's now a gap opening in 3rd place. 4-point difference to Liverpool. Thank you for tuning in today. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed today's content and enjoyed the transfer window special, please leave a comment on how we can improve things with the spinning wheel. Until next time, cheers.